Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Artery Gear Fusion video. Alright, if you guys are not aware, today the developers have given out 10 free pulls. Alright, so on day 2, now a lot of people have been complaining that on day 1 you didn't get any free pulls, no pre-registration rewards. I mean there is, but it's split up within 3 days. So you're specifically getting it on 3 days. But you can see, it's now ranking number 1 for free download games in App Store in Singapore. So therefore, this free 10 pulls is for the thank you from the developers. So with that being said, let's claim it right here. We're gonna try to do some pulls, of course. Keep in mind this is not my main account. I actually have 2 accounts. So I'm just curious if I can get anything good right here. This is much more of a second account. As you can see, I haven't done any of this, but I do have one more account that we're gonna lock into after this to basically show you guys the progress and stuff. Alright, so let's go. We're gonna do 10 rolls right here and see if we get lucky. Now, if you want to, perhaps you can use this particular 10 free tickets given out to you in your mailbox to reroll. I'm not sure if it's possible, but you know, since it's here, let's see if there are any. We got 2 purple. Alright, we got Foxy right here. So anything good. So ideally, the best 4-star is still going to be Alice. Alright, nothing can beat her. So if you get her, that's probably the best account that you can get. But if you don't get Alice, unfortunately, we got Pele right here. Rocco is a very good 3-star, Rocco and Grace. But looks like that's the only one. We got Rosemary. And what's the name? I don't know who's the other name. But yeah, didn't get anything good in this account, sadly. So yeah, let's log into my main account and we're gonna talk about a couple of things to help you guys with the progression. Now, before we begin today's video, a quick shout out to BlueStacks for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so this video is sponsored by BlueStacks. If you guys have been wanting to play this game on an Android emulator on your PC, you can do it with BlueStacks. Alright, everything is much easier and much simpler if you are able to do it on your PC. My phone is basically 5 years at this point. Alright, 5 years old phone. Whenever there's a new game that comes out, I prefer to play it on an emulator. Right, Android emulator using the PC is going to be much more convenient. As you can see, this is running the game on max settings as well, 60 FPS and high settings. We even have HDR turned on, and BlueStacks was able to handle everything accordingly. But keep in mind, you will need the 32-bit variant. So as you can see, the version that I'm running is 5.5.100 BlueStacks 4 and 32. So I'm using the 32-bit variant. Apparently, this game doesn't run that great on 64-bit. So keep that in mind. With that being said, let's jump into the video. Now, first things first, let's talk about progression. Now, I'm sure you guys are aware or you have played through the main story so far, right? So you gotta beat the main story normal and then you can progress in hard. Now, once you reach, I think story 3-2 normal, the hard for the first episode will be unlocked. So make sure you guys do the hard if you can, because the hard at the end of the episode 1, at least try to get, there's a material that you can get to upgrade your dormitory, but I think I've gotten it before, so I can't get it anymore at the last of the chapter 1. So that material will be used to upgrade your, right here you can see in the armament ship, you can have these things right here that will give you these cat balls. Now the cat balls are useful to level up your characters. Unfortunately, these things are quite rare. Now it's called the mouse XL, mouse XXL. So you can see every time you can collect some of these, it will give you the EXP per hour, right? You can also upgrade it. Now you're gonna need this thing called the fleet upgrade permit, and this can only be found at the end of every hard mode. So make sure you guys unlock the hard as soon as you can, and if you can, try and do this. And I do think that upgrading the armament ship to level 2 is going to be worth it, because EXP is something that you're going to need a lot early on. More than gold, more than everything else. You can see the cat orb, storage capacity and everything will be increased. So yeah, I would say focus on these things first. This is definitely, you're going to need as much as you can. Obviously, leveling up characters is going to be a pain for the time being once you're starting out. And also, if you guys haven't done this already in the battle, right? If you are not aware, there's the bonus for the resource collection to obtain cat orbs, strategical fund basically for gold, and this material right here. Now this is something that you can do once, at least for the first 2 stages, you can do once every day to give you the bonus. I've already done my cat stage for the stage 2. You need to be commander level 30 to unlock the stage 3. Now obviously, you want to do them at least once a day. Now is it worth it to try to get more once you have done once a day? Apparently it's not. Like, it consumes quite a lot of stamina and it doesn't give you much at all. So only do it once a day. Do not try to waste more than, you know, the given stamina, and that applies for probably the gold stages as well. So all of these, you just want to focus on one time a day. because you get the bonus. Now in that case, where you should be farming right now and using all your energy for stamina right now for the time being, because you know you should only be doing at least once per day for these stages. So the recommended one is the event stages right now. If you guys are not aware, there's an event stage. I'm going to show you guys after this. But there's also story. So obviously you want to progress in the story as far as you can, regardless in what are the stages that you can. Let me show you guys my team. I think some of you guys might be wondering or might be curious what are the best teams. I've already done the reroll guide. So I think the team early on is going to be quite similar for a lot of players. So this is the team that I'm using. So I have Jinja that I get from the selective reroll. I have Shura, I got lucky with her. And then we have Grace and Rocco right here. Now today is day 2. Obviously you get Morris. I'm going to slowly start to build her as well because she's the healer. But the idea here is you also want to be smart with your resources because like I mentioned, the upgrade materials, the mouse, these things right here, they are quite rare. They are quite limited. So early on, it's probably not a good idea to try to spread out your resources. It's better to just focus on one. So for the time being, as you can see, I've been trying to look at all my characters, and Grace is going to be the best one for me because she has an AoE skill, right? I was deciding either between Grace or Shura. Shura is good, but she's much more of a single target. In terms of hitting boss, maybe she's better, but Grace is going to be the AoE character for me since she does damage to all enemies. So ideally, focusing on Grace is going to be the best, you know, like what do you call that, best investment for a lot of players, especially if you're trying to progress early on. So highly recommend. I believe all the JP veterans can agree on this, that Grace is one of the better characters that players do get early on and also should invest into. So if you can, pour as much investment points as you can into the Grace and probably give her your best gears as well. Now speaking of gears, where do you obtain gears? Hopefully this will give you guys an idea. You can farm gears every single day. Of course, if you want to, you can do that with your stamina right here in the target elimination. Now as you can see, depending on which one you're trying to farm, right now I'm in stage 3. Obviously I can do stage 3 easily. The recommended power is covered by the face cam, of course. Now the recommended CP is something that you want to use as a reference. Obviously, sometimes you can still beat the stage even though you are slightly below the number. So let me see if I can try and beat this one. This will consume 18 stamina, which is quite a bizarre amount. I strongly believe Shura is my strongest in terms of dealing single target damage. Wow, she can do a lot as well from the second skill. That is surprising. The Morning Star. Yeah, sadly, one thing that the game doesn't have as far as I know is a skip feature. Like even though you can beat the characters, there's no skip whatsoever. So there is offline auto farming though, but yeah, you can sort of see the substats for the gears, right? This is something that the game has that a lot of other games do not have. So before you power up the gear, you can tell, okay, this one has attack percent, 7% right here, and HP flat 496. Now I can decide whether this is worth it or not ideally. So for this one, this is the blue gears. Maybe not so worth it. If you can get purple gears, you can try and get that later on as well. Now, before we end off the video, one quick thing is something that you want to do every single day. Make sure you guys claim the free energy that's available right here. Now we have this particular one called the backup energy. You can get one for free every single day. So this is how you want to progress faster. That's something that you want to go for. This one, alright, the 60 energy that you can get from the trade center, the sample exchange. You can use this material right here. So this material, what is it called? The mutation sample. You can farm it easily right here. I think every player should be able to do this every single day. Go to the mutation waypoint, right, and do this. The stages are not too difficult. So now I'm at waypoint 4. I already did from 1 to 3. So every single day, I think at least that is going to be your main source of energy that you can get for somewhat free, right? So obviously you can also buy other materials right here. For example, weekly limit, you can buy a ticket. But I think the energy is going to be much more efficient in the long run because right now, at least early on, it's going to help you with your progression. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. With that being said, a big shout out again to BlueStacks for sponsoring this video. As always, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and let me know what you guys think of the 10 free pulls that you got. Have a nice day and goodbye.